Okay, so In Living Color is a 1990 sitcom. I think it ran from 1990 to 1994. It didn't last long. It lasted at least four seasons. I know it debuted in 1990. And I remember watching the first season of In Living Color and was glued to it because it dealt with racism. It dealt with prejudice, sexism. It dealt with gays. It made fun of everything. It made fun of everything. It was almost like The Simpsons. It was a live action of The Simpsons. During the time the show ran, there was in competition with Seinfeld. They had Roseanne, which were very controversial shows. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air started in the 1990s. The Cosby Show was still in its was about to end. The Cosby Show was being degraded and was lowering in ratings. But In Living Color talked on I like you can do what you want to do in Living Color. I like the theme song, the music. The other seasons seem kind of. I'm a huge fan of the show. I've seen all the episodes. I've seen all the seasons. Jamie Foxx, the Wayne brothers. You got Damon Wayans, Marlon Wayans. They're all funny. You got the dancing girls. They come out and dance. Then you had Jim Carrey, the only white guy. There was a white woman too, but it was just you had the token white guy, which is Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey said he didn't feel uncomfortable with it being the only white guy. He said he felt pretty comfortable being the only white guy in the show. They treated him like he was family. At first, when he auditioned for In Living Color, he didn't know what he was getting himself into, and they told him, "Okay, look, it's an all-black comedy sketch show. You're going to be the only white guy in the whole series." He said, "Okay, whatever." He said at first he did feel kind of strange and funny being the only white person on the show. When you got all these black people, he's the only white guy. They said they usually ridiculed and made fun of for he felt left out because he was the only white guy on the show. But he said he tried. This is where he got his comedy. He said, well, maybe if I can be more funny, if I can bring out my personality, they won't just see me as a white guy, and that was true. He ended up being the most popular character on In Living Color. He said, people liked him for his personality, not because of the color of his skin. So yeah, and then Jim Carrey left In Living Color, and then he went on to he wanted to do other things like Ace Ventura, which is, I love those movies, comedy movies. He did Dumb and Dumb, I love that movie. He went on to do The Mask, Making Millions, Fame. He did The Truman Show, which came out years later, 1998. He started doing The Majestic, stuff, movies like that. Lemony Snicket, which came out decades later, 2004, when I was 14. He's gone on to do great things, but he always remember being the only white guy on a whole black sitcom. So it's pretty cool. Peace.